four options available to us now. First of them is the replay onion option. We're going to try that. So when I try this option, it's going to send the onion that we have already seen to the network, starting from the first router. And the first router, since it received that onion already, it's going to recognize that this onion is a replayed onion and discard it. So we're going to play this option and see what happens in the first router. Yeah, the first router received the onion again, detected that it's a replayed onion, so it discarded it, didn't act upon it. Now we go back, we try the next option, and we have three more options available now. One of them is the playing delay intolerant message. In our first session, whatever the first message we saw which the receiver responded was a delay intolerant type of message, but we are going to try this option once again, and we try option 3. It's going to ask me for a message. I type the message, I got a response. So if you see, the recipient responded to it. In the recipient side, it got the message, it responded accordingly, the sender received a response. We're ready for the next option. The next two options are the most interesting part of this demo because it involves the mixes in the intermediate routers. So I'm going to start option 2, which is sending a delay tolerant kind of message, and it is going to ask me for a message. When I type in this message and say enter, it's going to send two messages. One is the member ID and in this message itself, because this is going to set up a new virtual circuit through a new onion, because the characteristics of this part is different from the earlier one. The earlier one was meant for delay intolerant type of messages. This is meant for delay tolerant kind of messages. So when we play this, so now the routers have changed. This is the first router, and if we see, yeah, it got a new onion and it went through the whole procedure once again. And the interesting thing to see here will be the mixes, how the mixes are behaving. Yeah, if you see here, it's a 3x2 threshold pool mix to repeat, and you saw so it is initialized with a pool of 3 dummy messages, and when it received the first message, it says mix can't fire because number of messages is 4. It got the second message and now mix can fire, and it accordingly is going to choose 2 messages from its pool and randomly and send them through the path that has been established already. So it goes to the next router. In the next router, the same thing must have happened because it is also of 2x3 size, and accordingly the receiver will receive 2 messages. We see what message. So it had got 2 pending messages. So because the pool was initialized with dummy messages, these 2 are dummy messages that came to the receiver and it ignored it. So to flush the messages that we sent, we have to send dummy messages to the mixes now, and that we can do by option 4. So we're going to play option 4. Let's see what happens in the routers now. The router says it can fire because it sent already 2 messages out of it. So it got 1 message, now it can't fire. We have to push more dummy messages. Now it would have fired, and we have to see what the receiver got. So receiver got the member ID message, and it accordingly copied the circuit data to the respective. I'll correct myself. Actually, the exit funnel received the message. So when it received this member ID, it knows for which registered member the circuit has been set up. So it is going to associate the circuit with the registered receiver and going to deliver the next incoming messages to that receiver. So if we push more dummy message, we'll get a response from the receiver now for the message that we sent earlier. these are the dummy messages that we are sending. Yeah, here we got a response from the receiver. So if we go to the receiver, we can see what happened here. Yeah, it got the test1 message because it gets 2 messages at a time. So you can see the first one is test1 and the next one is a padding message from the routers, one of the dummy messages which it is ignoring. Yeah, that is pretty much all about this demo. I'm going to play a detailed demo for the professor, so if anyone is interested, he is welcome to join. Thank you.